At what point do we just turn the boats back? Surely it's time to have a serious conversation about that. This has been a devastating couple of days for anyone who cares about border security and national sovereignty. And when you think about the time, money, energy, incompetence, ineffectiveness and idiocy that has gone into trying everything else to stop the boats, surely it would now just be easier and more effective to turn the boats back. I woke up this morning to a WhatsApp message from a prominent MP on the Tory right who was sick with fury how he and others had bottled it over the Rwanda vote last night. He doesn't expect Rishi Sunak to make good on any promises over amendments to the bill, and he expects the rebels to soften still further. Flipping Mark Francois, the chairman of the ERG. Last night he was acting, wasn't he, like Don Francois Leone, the boss of the five families. Well, he got completely shafted, and now so has the country. Gone is Mark Francois Leone. Welcome, Mark Fraser. Giving it large before mugging everyone and himself off. And then today, we had more shocking revelations. The Bibby Stockholm barge, where somebody sadly reportedly took their own life yesterday, is costing us about 22 million quid. It houses just a handful of people. It's a floating white elephant. After that, we also learned that since 2020, just 0.4% of Channel migrants have been returned to their own country. Even Care for Calais would have to admit that more than 0.4% of people coming across the Channel are not genuine asylum seekers. Bringing up the hat-trick of utter tosh, a couple of hours ago, the Tory centrists have reportedly said that they want to table some amendments of their own to soften the Rwanda bill even more. I mean, good grief. Now, I know Tobias Elwood, Muller Elwood to his brothers, went to Afghanistan and, helped out with the old Taliban PR, but I didn't realise he wanted to offer them an open invitation as well. That's a joke, by the way, Tobias. It's a little bit of a joke. You should know what those look like. Even if the Rwanda deal sails through now, when are we going to see flights taking off? We caught up with Geoffrey Cox, MP, earlier. I mean, this is quite pathetic.
Yeah, what are the odds on flights taking off with migrants in the spring, in May, as the PM has promised?
I would put it at slightly higher than evens.
Oh, great. We can all live off that, can't we? Almost as pathetic as the utter contempt that our snot-nosed public schoolboy-esque civil servants have for you, me and ordinary people. Lee Anderson asked some jumped-up, overpaid Home Office civil servants how many people had been deported a couple of weeks ago. They couldn't answer. They didn't care. Well, the ironically named Immigration Delivery Minister, Tom Pursglove, was before that select committee today, not answering questions again from Lee Anderson. Yeah, look, instead of having to put up with his omni-shambles, at what point does someone just decide to turn the boats back and be done with it? Do it for a couple of weeks and the problem goes away. What are the French going to do? Go to war with us? Obviously not. They did it in Australia and they're glad they did it and they would do it again. We went and asked some of them.
Our policy involves turning around boats where this can safely and practically be done.
Yeah, look, I think they've probably got to do something similar in Europe.
Straight away, don't even let them stay and get rid of the boat. You have to destroy the boats and send them straight back.
It's important to have controls on everything that impacts lots of people.
Look at how ridiculous, expensive and useless the situation is now. Would turning the boats back really be any worse?